DC here. Hi everybody. Well, taking my morning walk Saturday with Dago, and was thinking about, the economic crisis that's going on for the moment, and which will probably be with us for quite a while. And kind of wondering, how we're going to get out of it. How we're going to get out of this one. It's one of these things that until it actually touches you kind of wonder, well, is there an economic crisis? I still have my job, and for the moment at least, there's no real signs that I'll lose it. But I mean, you just never know how things are. I live in Switzerland. The company I work for nevertheless makes most of its money in the dollar zones. We are already feeling, the pinches where you have to save money, try and cut back on expenses, and so on. And, you hear the usual, well, we're going to be cutting back on personnel for the moment just by what they like to call natural fluctuations. That means people that leave that won't get replaced, and so on. But at the same time, you do see, even though, like I said, you don't feel it maybe financially, psychologically, I think it's getting to all of this. We see that everything is slowing down in a way, and people are starting to feel uncertain nevertheless. How are you going through this? I know that most of my subscribers, the people that I communicate with, are in the United States and Canada, Australia too, up to a point. But I just wonder, how are you getting through all this? Is it difficult? You certainly feel it more than we do, at least psychologically. But having the world has become a global thing now, isn't it? And there's just like no way that we're separated from one another in that respect. Well, it was just a little quick rant. Taking my morning walk, as I said, and I was a good diplomat today, because I waited for Dago to do his usual scene so that I didn't have to cut it out of the video or whatever. So now he's just walking, looking for anything that he might be able to grab and eat, I guess. I don't know, there's something about golden retrievers. Real garbage cans, I guess. And the guy, I was going to say, the dog gets enough to eat. That's not the problem. But anything that he finds is his own. Can't say that I can complain though. He's never gone for food scraps and things like that. It's a bit like an unknown law, I guess. If it's on the floor, it's his. But if it's on a table, if it's anywhere else, he doesn't touch it. And of course, outside, now that's something else. Where did you see that go? I guess that's a bit the retriever in him sometimes. He likes to look up. I guess he's looking for birds. It can't be food up there now, can it? A lot of you guys have a lot of pets and probably know more than I do. I'm a bit of I wouldn't say an amateur in that respect, because we've had pets all our life. But dogs. My dad had dogs they used to use for sledding dogs, actually. They weren't huskies or things like that. We weren't able to afford them at the time, so we had good old garage dogs, bastards, very strong dogs. And Dad used to put one or two onto a sled, or in the summer onto a wagon, and we'd go off. And sometimes it'd be quite amusing, because you can imagine when you're training these dogs and they see a cat. Yeah, you can imagine. One goes off, then the one who's the most experienced tries to hold back. The other one gets frustrated, thinks he's holding him back, which he is in a way. Then they get into a dog fight. Have you ever tried to separate two dogs or up 2 or 3 dogs fighting when they're in a harness? Not fun. Not fun. Well, that's how these rants go, isn't it? Start talking about the recession and then get the 2 dogs fighting. Well, not that different actually. Isn't that what it's all about in a way? Fighting dogs. And that is what our recession is, isn't it? We gotta probably gonna have to learn to act at times as if we're in a dog fight. I hope not, but it looks like it is going to be a dog eat dog situation. Okay, I think I've been ranting along long enough. None of this makes very much sense, does it? But you know, it's just helping to relieve the pressure. And hope you all have a good weekend. We're going off to a communion tomorrow, first communion of my wife's. Oh no, he's doing it again. Well, let's look around. Yes, the weather is really nice here and so on. So yeah, maybe I'll have something to show you about this first communion. Well, this is DC signing off with Smith Dago. You gonna sign off? Dago? DC and Dago signing off. Take care.